as we are trying to build something for the creator himself, so to saying something that we chose to be part of the project, it works the other way around. We were the chosen ones by him to offer our services to something so big, for something which is a belief driven structure. It's we who have been chosen rather than other way, we choosing the project. We have been taken in as the lead architects for the project. So the concept which has been evolved by the devotees of Vrindavan Chandrodaya Mandir, we'll be taking it from the concept stage and we are plotting all the requirements for the Vrindavan Chandrodaya Mandir. We are on the drawing board at the moment. The long listing of the temple requirements have been so forth put on the paper right now. So, in terms of the Chandrodaya Mandir requirements, all that have been plotted on the paper and have been listed, and areas have been earmarked. We currently we have completed the architectural concept stage, and as I said, earmarked all the requirements which we foresee right now for the temple to have within it. So that's what the stage is at the moment. For any project world over, the challenge remains, I would put it very simple. The challenge is 3 M's, as I say. It is right men, right machine, and right material. So that's the challenge in any project all across the globe. Plus, there is a fourth thing. It is a belief driven project. So we have to put in all the lessons learned in our professional career. So we go first time right approach. There is zero margins for errors. It's being built by donations. So there is no room for experiments, there is no room for errors in something so huge where the world is watching you. So we would rather do all the brainstorming on the drawing board than any errors on the site when it physically starts shaping up. As I told you, being a belief driven project, we have to be right first time in whatever we do. So drawings, we can do all the research, but once we are on the site, it has to be an error-free environment in all terms. Of course, what we're trying to build is a symbol of future with the glories of the past and glitters of the present. So you're covering past, present and future together, and you have to achieve it error-free. So that this Vrindavan Chandrodaya Mandir is being done for history. So we don't want any errors to go reflect in the history. Temples are forever. They're not built for 50 years, 100 years. Once it's done, it's for devotees, hundreds of years from now will also be visiting. So it has to be error-free approach, and that's what we're trying to achieve. And in simple words, again, as I say, it's a 3M challenge to have the right men in terms of specialists and then in terms of who would be executing the actual project. Then material is always a challenge, and machine has to do something so big, you need best of machines to really deliver your project. So you have certain challenges which are pre-construction and certain challenges during construction. Post-construction, of course, we trying to achieve is least of maintenance, so there is less of disturbance. There would be thousands of devotees, visitors all across the globe coming in and all throughout the year. So we're trying to achieve, of course, not a maintenance free, but yes, less of maintenance as much as possible. So there is least amount of disturbance in the functioning and running of the Vrindavan Chandrodaya Mandir over the years to come. The whole purpose of developing 3D models is to study the proportions and the mass of the temple. As we know, the concept is based on a Nagar architecture, temple architecture. So, 3D models give us a clear view of the proportions which need to comply with the old style of Nagar, which is, of course, the basis is the crucified design of the temple. Uh, the main reason to do model is this. At later stage, we would shift it to rivet when the services are plugged in the whole mass. This model will be shifted to rivet to have a better coordinated drawings which could be released to the site for construction.
What are the styles that have been incorporated? Is it just the Nagra architecture or is there any other
I would say it is a neoclassic. Neoclassic would be the right word, but then being a building based on belief and it's a religious building, so we can't dilute the fact being a Krishna temple. So the base of design is Nagar architecture, temple architecture, but the product would be neoclassic. As I told you, we trying to create a marvel for the future, which has glories of the past and glitters of the present. So it's amalgamation of the three stages: past, present, and future. So we can't dilute the whole evolution of the old temple architecture, but then in terms of approach, we have to plug in all what is super modern, which can stand the time over years to come. So the approach has to be neoclassic, keeping in mind all the three phases of time. It's a whole complex which is being developed. Temple is one, of course, one integral, most important part of the whole development, whole campus. Uh, Eventually, it has to be integrated within the whole complex. It's not just about the 200-meter structure. The whole infrastructure has to be tied in as one single unit, and that's how it will operate. So we have, as a project, we are doing it holistically rather than just individual building.